I interviewed two millionaires. The first was Chuck Westover, who was one of the founders of United Insurance Group, which now makes over 100 million years, or sorry, which now makes over $100 million a year. It was founded about 25 years ago. So what I learned from him is one, he really emphasized learning and learning a lot. He was pretty young when he helped found the group, but he found two partners that were more experienced than he was, but in different areas. They all had different strengths. And so, besides the partners, he worked with tons of people to try and learn all that he could from them. He dropped out of college after a semester because he was making good money, but he knew that to learn would to learn throughout his life would be a huge strength. Um, he said a quote that I really liked is most partnerships don't work like a lot of marriages, but the difference is you can't have makeup sex after a disagreement. So, yeah. He also said like it was important that none of the partners were greedy, that they were willing to do anything to make the business succeed, and if that meant like taking a very low salary for several years while getting that business up and running, um, that's what they did. And so now he enjoys a very wealthy lifestyle. He took me for a ride in his Ferrari, so that's pretty cool. The other millionaire I interviewed is Chip Romero. He franchised Cricket wireless store locations back in 2009, and he knew the wireless industry super well. That's something that he emphasized is like if you're gonna go into an industry, get to know it super well, learn all that you can about it. So sort of like what Chuck said. Um, and as they did that in Washington State, and there were kind of three things that he wanted to emphasize. One, get yourself a bookkeeper and accountant from the very beginning, which I thought was interesting. But he's like, if you don't pay your taxes, you go to jail. And he's like, even if you have very little money, you gotta have somebody keep track of it for you. Another one was also like what Chuck said, find people to complement your strengths. So Chip works closely with his wife, who he said was essential to his success. Chip is like a salesman and a people's person, and he understands that side of the business. His wife did more of the number stuff and paperwork, which is also important. And then he also emphasized to work really hard, but also really smart. He saw a lot of dumb people succeed and a lot of smart people not do well because there were some very simple things that the dumb people would do that the smart people wouldn't do. So make sure to work smart and work hard. And yeah,